Hello guys, I'm Maćko and welcome back to another video. Today I have for you a Game Week 17 preview. This is a brand new series on my channel in which we're going to talk about the 10 fixtures for the upcoming game week and decide who are the best players to own from those fixtures and what the scores will be. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and leave a comment down below. This will help grow my channel enormously. Thank you in advance and let's go into it. Brentford Tottenham. This is the first game after the World Cup break and this will mark the start of English Premier League football once again. Brentford are coming after a well-deserved victory over Manchester City and Etihad, but they sit in 10th place in the English Premier League standings. Tottenham, on the other hand, are 4th and they will be wanting to protect this place from the upcoming threats from Manchester United and Liverpool. This will be a very interesting game. First of all, we are going to discuss our top 3 players picks for this game. On 3rd place, it's Kulusevski. With him not playing in the World Cup and Richarlison being injured, I see him playing a lot of minutes. I think he will be in good form and if you can, fit him into your team. On 2nd place, it's Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney scored 2 goals against Manchester City and I think he can score against anyone. So, don't hesitate if you have to decide on your mid-budget striker. This is the guy for you. Before going into the top spot, we are going to mention a few honorable mentions, being Heung-min Son and David Raya. Heung-min Son played pretty okay in the World Cup. He didn't score very much, or at least at all, if I can remember, but he played really well and he led his team to a knockout stage. Raya, on the other hand, is a very good goalkeeper. He enjoys making saves and with Spurs wanting to score a lot of goals, he will be in a lot of threat. But nothing can replace the top guy from this game, being Harry Kane. Harry Kane is amazing. He is Mr. Consistent. Yeah, he missed a penalty in the quarterfinals against France for England, but I think he will be coming up for revenge and we want to take it on Brentford. So, if you have enough money, fit him in. And the final thing we're going to discuss about this game is going to be the result, and I think this will be a 1-2 victory over to Spurs. I think Brentford will pose threat, they will score a goal, but at the end Spurs will win the game. Crystal Palace, Fulham. Those are 2 teams that stand in the middle of the pack. Crystal Palace are 11th, Fulham are 9th. Both of them will want to win the game in order to establish themselves further in the middle of the pack. Here I have 3 players that can help you a lot from their teams. In 3rd place is Eze from Crystal Palace. I think he is a bargain for his price. He scores goals here and there. He makes assists. He runs the game for Crystal Palace. If you need a mid-budget player and you don't have the money to go as expensive as an 8 million, you can pick Eze. He is a good pick. In 2nd place is Mitrovic. Mitrovic is one of the most prolific strikers this season in the English Premier League. So he is a very good option. He has a double game week coming up. Even though it is against Chelsea, I think if you need a player on his price point, pick him. He will play, in my opinion, 3 of the 4 games in the next 3 game weeks. And my top pick here is Andreas. He is worth every penny. He's a cheap midfielder. If you bought him a while ago, you have him for 4.5 and he returns a lot. He will have a place in their team. I think if Willian is out of the starting lineup, he will take the set pieces. So Andreas is a must buy in my opinion for this game. And the final thing we're going to discuss is the result. I think this game is 1-0 to Crystal Palace. I see him destroying Fulham with the ball and managing to score a goal here. Not conceding, Fulham will have their chances, but I think Crystal Palace will head to the lead. Everton, Wolverhampton. This will be one of the least interesting games in my opinion because both of the teams sit near the bottom of the standings and both of the teams don't like to attack too much. I don't see a lot of goals here, so my 3 picks will be based around their defenses. In third place, I have Jose Sa. I think he's amazing, but around his price point, he is maybe too much in my opinion, but he is the most sure guy in their lineup. In second place, it's Jordan Pickford. He played really well in the World Cup, and I think he will continue his form going into the EPL. So if you have the money and you want to pick a random goalkeeper, go for him. And in first place, I don't think there is a price here, it's Patterson. He came off from injury just before the break for the World Cup, and he picked up fitness during the break. So I think he will come firing at the start of the season, restart of the season, I mean. So if you have a dilemma for your fifth wing back or defender to say, pick him. He is really good. And finally, in my opinion, this game we went 0-0, so that's why I picked a lot of the players here that are defenders and goalkeepers. Leicester, Newcastle. I think this will be one of the most interesting games this game week. Leicester are 13th, Newcastle are 3rd. Newcastle are one of the best teams this season, so I expect a lot of them. In third place here, I have Maddison. Maddison didn't play, I think, any minute at the World Cup, so he will come fresh. He trained, so he didn't have a break, but he will start firing up for Leicester soon enough. In second place, we have Almiron. He's a guy that didn't go to the World Cup because his nation did not qualify, but he had a break. He was the guy in the most purple patch of form before the break, so I think he will continue firing. Before going to our topic, here are 3 honorable mentions. I see that there are some players that you may not expect, such as Vardy and Burn, but Vardy is one of the most prolific strikers in the Premier League, and he is not to be questioned whether he can return points. Burn, on the other hand, played very well. He can fit on the left back and the center back, and he is one of the reasons that Newcastle are so strong defensively. The last guy here is Danny Ward. He's 4.0, around 4.0 goalkeeper, so he's a bargain. And the last guy here, I don't think I catch anyone by surprise, is Mr. Consistent Trippier. If you don't own him, guys, please own him regardless of the game they have right now or in the future. Just pick him. He is amazing. And the final thing here is the score. I think it's 0-2 to Newcastle, and they will continue their great form. Southampton, Brighton. Southampton sit at the bottom of the table while Brighton are 7th. This was the game that I had most difficulties to pick 3 players to showcase to you, because I don't think for now their players are such a great value for your team, but I managed to get 3 players. In third place, it's James Ward-Prowse. He is the talisman of Southampton, and I think if they score a goal or they do something, he will be involved. So if you want to own a guy from Southampton, pick Ward-Prowse. In second place, it's Sanchez. He's the goalkeeper of Brighton. They have a pretty good defense. Yeah, he does not pick a lot of bonus points or save points, but a clean sheet here and there will return a lot of points to you. And in first place is Trossard. He is the best player from both of the teams. I think he's really good. And if Brighton scores something, I think he will be involved. So yeah, just pick him, in my opinion, if you want someone from Brighton. And here the game we went 2-2 in my opinion. I think both teams have a goal in them, but I don't see who will score it, how they will score it. It's just wait and see for those 2 teams, especially with Southampton, as they have a new manager in charge. Aston Villa, Liverpool. Aston Villa sit around the middle of the park, and they're now with Unai Emery after a month of sole training. Liverpool, on the other hand, are 6th, but they want to get into that top 4 position. I think this game will provide a lot of goals, so I think the attacking players will be the best ones here. So in third place, I have Jacob Ramsey. I think he is the best player from Aston Villa. He's such an exciting talent, and I think he has a lot of goals in him after the break especially. In second place, I have Darwin Núñez. He just scored a lot of goals before the break, and now in the last friendly they played against AC Milan, he scored 2 goals. So I think he will rack up some more goals if he plays. And if you want to pick a forward from Liverpool, Darwin is your guy. Here we have 2 honorable mentions in the Liverpool defense. Alisson is just the best goalkeeper on the planet right now. If you want a solid goalkeeper that plays every game and has a lot of potential of clean sheets, Alisson is your guy. Robertson, he ended up before the World Cup with 2 assists and he was in form. I think he will continue his form going into the second part of the season. So he is a good option as well for your defense. But the best option for your team is Mohamed Salah, no doubt. He's a premium player, he has penalties under his belt, and if he finds his form going, he will be amazing. Here, I think Liverpool will triumph, 1-3 to them. I think they will start a very, very good run coming from this game onwards. Arsenal, West Ham. Arsenal are top of the table, and they will continue being on it if they keep winning. West Ham, on the other hand, are 16th, and we want to go up. Gabriel Jesus is injured for at least 2 or 3 months, so I think Arsenal may struggle, but we'll see. In third place, I have Gabriel. Because Saliba is still in the World Cup, I don't see him returning to the first fixture, so I see Gabriel as their most important player in the heart of the defense, so he is a very, very good option. In second place is Saka. He played really well at the World Cup and he will continue his form at the Prem. I have 2 honorable mentions here and they're both from Arsenal as well. White didn't play a single minute. He even left camp from the World Cup and he will be fresh. Odegaard didn't go there and with his form before the break, he will be an amazing player. There is no surprise that there is no West Ham player here because they have not been returning as expected. So the top place goes to Martinelli. I think he's just their best asset. Just go for him. Right now, if Zinchenko plays on the left, he will cut inside and he will be involved in a lot of opportunities. So he will return a lot of points, and here I won't surprise anyone to say that Arsenal will win the game. I think it's 2-0. They play amazingly at the Emirates, so yeah, 2-0 in my opinion. Chelsea, Bournemouth. Chelsea, in my opinion, are one of the teams that you can target pretty comfortable. They have a double game week, and they have 3 easy fixtures before the hard game against Manchester City in their double game week. So here you can see that a lot of players will be from them. Bournemouth, on the other hand, tend to score a goal here or there, but they're not very good against the stronger oppositions. So in third place I have Solanke. He's Bournemouth's talisman, so he's a very good option if you need a cheap third striker. In second place is Mason Mount. I think he is the most reliable midfielder and attacker from Chelsea. He returns a lot of points when he's playing, so I think he will do very well. Here we have 2 honorable mentions coming from Chelsea. One of them is Reece James. He is coming off from injuries, so be careful with him. He may not play a lot of minutes at the start, but keep an eye on him. And the other guy is Aubameyang, with Broja being out until the end of the season. Until they buy a new striker, I think he will be nailed. And at the top of the list here stands Kepa. In my opinion, he's the best goalkeeper to pick from the bunch. I think he won't be rotated with Mendy, and coming after his injury, he will take his starting position as well and will lead Chelsea to more victories. And I here predict that Chelsea will win the game 2-0 against Bournemouth. Manchester United, Nottingham Forest. I think this will be one of the most interesting games this game week because they have a lot of history between them. Manchester United will want to continue their good form and they will want to have a run at the top 4 spot. Nottingham, on the other hand, are fighting a relegation battle, but I think here Manchester will have the upper hand. In third place, I have Anthony. He did not play a lot of minutes in the World Cup, so he will come fresh and in form, I think. and he will do very, very good for Manchester United. The other player in the second place is Marcus Rashford. He had an amazing World Cup in my opinion. He played really well, and I think with Ronaldo now gone, he may lead the line in most of the games. The honorable mentions here are one from Man U and one from Nottingham. The guy from Man U is Martial. I think he may replace Ronaldo for the upcoming future, at least before they buy another striker to rotate him with. So Martial may be a shout out. He may even have penalties if Bruno is not in the team. And the goalkeeper Henderson, I think he's pretty good. He will hold a grudge against Manchester because that's the team that did not believe in him and just sent him to Nottingham. And the top spot goes to Diogo Dalot. I think that he's the best player to own from Manchester United and from Nottingham combined. If he's fit, he's a no-brainer in my opinion because they have 2 or 3 good fixtures before they turn for the worst. But for the second part of the season, he is a very, very good option. I think here Manchester United will win 2-1. I hope if they concede a goal, Dalot is not there, or at least he provides a point, but he is in my team for now, so I think you should consider him for your team as well. Manchester City Leeds. In my opinion, this was the hardest fixture to pick 3 players from because Man City has so many assets that you can pick from. Sorry Leeds, you're not being picked here. I think Manchester City will come strong after their defeat before the break, so you won't be surprised that I have a lot of City players here. In third place is Ederson. I think with the fixtures coming too fast, there will be a lot of pep roulette, and Ederson is the most nailed guy from their whole team, so I think he will be playing. And in my opinion, if you want to go for a City defender, just go for Ederson. He's the most assuring one. I have in second place Kevin De Bruyne. He's just Kevin De Bruyne, nothing to say about him. I have him currently in my squad as the third premium. He's looks amazing, so I think it's a no-brainer for me. A couple of honorable mentions are Cancelo and Phil Foden. Both of them are amazing, but I cannot own more than 3 players from City, and my top 3 is now other guys, but Foden and Cancelo are good shout out if you have enough space for them. And in first place, no surprise here, it's Erling freaking Haaland. He's the machine that will keep scoring goals and scoring and scoring and scoring. And I think he will start in this game. So 4-1 for me, because Leeds tend to attack a little bit, but I think City will dominate the game as hard as possible. If you have any other opinion about the players or the results or anything for the upcoming game week 17, please write it down in the comment section. All of the comments will be replied to. I want to start a community where we can discuss FPL and football in general. If you want to see my team selection for game week 17, click this link right here. It will lead you directly to my video where I discuss my team and share my thoughts behind it. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. It will help the channel grow massively. I will see you around next time. Bye!